Under a newly drafted framework, Hamas has agreed to fully disarm and surrender the maps to its extensive underground tunnel networks. In exchange for stepping away from the daily governance of Gaza, the current Palestinian leadership will allow a structured, multinational peace process to take control of the territory. The engine behind this shift is the U.S.-brokered Board of Peace and the Trump administration's 20-point plan. The roadmap outlines a step-by-step demilitarization, overseen by international heavyweights like former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair and UN veteran Nikolai Mladenov. To secure these concessions, the plan promises a massive financial incentive, a $30 billion international reconstruction effort designed to rebuild the devastated Strip. Getting a signature on a draft is not the same as securing a working plan. The distance between the signed framework and the reality on the ground reveals deep structural contradictions. The framework demands immediate, tangible action from Hamas, starting with a strict, sector-by-sector disarmament process. In return, the plan lays out reciprocal obligations for Israel. Chief among them is the requirement to allow a surge of 600 humanitarian aid trucks into Gaza every single day. Since the ceasefire officially began, Israel has consistently refused to meet these baseline humanitarian targets. This map highlights the second unfulfilled obligation. Israel must withdraw from the 7th. To handle domestic security, the plan proposes replacing the armed factions with a new, internationally vetted Palestinian police force. The hierarchy grants Shin Bet, the Israeli intelligence service, the power to security clear every Palestinian police officer before they serve. This intelligence veto extends beyond the police force, applying to every step of recovery, stripping the Palestinian Technocratic Committee of autonomous power. This built-in bottleneck aligns neatly with vocal opposition from Israeli far-right politicians, like Itamar Ben-Gvir, who openly reject any reconstruction of Gaza. The resistance spans across the political coalition. Opposition figure Avigdor Lieberman stated on the record that any deal or reconstruction effort would be a total disaster for Israel. By embedding an intelligence veto into the core framework and ignoring domestic Israeli hostility, the plan structurally guarantees Israel the power to sabotage Gaza's recovery at any given moment.
The entity supposed to oversee this entire operation is the newly formed Board of Peace. But the board's charter deliberately bypasses the United Nations. This exclusion caused key European nations to opt out of the initiative altogether. Several allies pointed to a specific constitutional hurdle driving them away. The mandate dictates that the U.S. president serves as the board's chairman for life, holding the absolute final say on all matters. Treating Gaza as a political blank slate effectively sidelines the Palestinian Authority, creating a profound administrative rift with the leadership in Ramallah. Trying to rebuild a functioning society while actively sidelining both the United Nations and the established Palestinian government creates an unworkable political vacuum. Away from the geopolitical maneuvering and diplomatic theory, the physical reality on the ground remains catastrophic. An estimated 85% of Gaza's roads and buildings have been severely damaged or completely destroyed. While politicians debate amnesties and administrative frameworks, millions of displaced residents continue to face acute malnutrition and a lack of basic shelter. These frameworks focus on business transactions and administrative checklists. They currently lack the mechanisms to ensure mutual binding obligations are actually met. Until international frameworks hold Israel to its obligations for aid and withdrawal as strictly as they enforce Palestinian disarmament, these milestone deals will remain nothing more than paper promises over a broken landscape.